Okay, so now that we have all the packages installed, let's start using them. First, we'll have to import the create app container from React Navigation. So create app container is the core the wrapper which wraps inside the different kind of navigation tools in React Native, like the tab bar or the drawer or the header. So app container containerize all these uh, tools to provide the navigation uh, features in it. So let's import, since we'll be using the material bottom tab navigator from React navigation material bottom tabs. Finally, we'll also be importing the icon which will show with our tab. Okay, so all our packages are being exported. We'll be using three packages. Okay, so first, this is a main app.js file. Let's initialize our tab. Say create. Okay, so inside the create material tab navigator, we can initialize our screens. So we can define new object. Every object will be would be a screen that we'll be using. Basically, every object would be a tab. So let's say this is the home tab for now. I have made a home tab component over here. In the you'll create a components folder and you create a home component, a basic home component, so that we can import it and use it in our tab navigator. So let's import the home tab from the screen, since it's a separate screen. So it's better to make a home component as a screen. Node.js. Okay, so just have a basic text over here. Port home from okay, after, so basically this home object would have in the screen we would define the component that we want to show in that tab. Also we can define the navigation options. Navigation options can contain for example the active color of the tab. We can say the active color for our tab would be white. When the tab is inactive, our color would be, let's give it a color A3C2F8. I'm just giving some color. You can use any of the color you want. We'll give it a background color of 2C6 D6A. Okay. Also, we can define the basically the R. So let's just check out how it looks like first. So now we are not using our app.js. We're not going to be using our app.js right now, since we have defined our navigation component as a higher order component. So let's just export that. Let's just comment out this for a second. Export. We're exporting our bottom tab. Okay, so as you can see, we are wrapping it around create app container, which is going to give us the navigation functionalities inside the bottom tab navigator. So we just have one more thing left. We have to define the view inside home component. Just on the text. What else is remaining? We have the home screen, the app container, and okay, just let's just restart our project. So we are restarting the application. Sometimes this Expo does not refreshes it correctly, so if that happens, just refresh your application. Close the application from the emulator. And run it again on our Android device. So we have defined our tab inside the create material bottom type navigator, and we have given the name of the tab. This is basically the name of the tab, and this is the screen that we need to show inside the tab. So here is it. This is the home screen written above. If we would try to center it, let's just say justify content center. Let's say flex 1. Flex 1 would not be. Basically, I'm trying to bring the home screen text in the center. Okay, let's just define flex direction first. Okay, we need to give this to the view. Sorry guys. Okay, so our home screen is in the center, we can see that. Also we can bring it down in the middle if okay, cool. So as we can see, our home screen is over here, and this is our main tab. Also, we can define the icon over here, which we imported from the vector icons. For that, we need to open up function. Define a view inside, and then we're going to use this icon. Okay, now over here we can just put the name of the icon that we're going to use as. So how this works is basically, let me just show you. So there's a directory for React Native vector icons. If you would go into the directory, you can see that there are a lot of icons available from different icon packages like on design and in crypto. So we can use any of them. For this one, we will use the directory called Ionix. Just have to copy the name You just have to copy this name of the vector icon. I'm going to be using iOS home size 25. Okay, I think we need to define the style. Need to give it a color. This is from on design. Maybe it's from on design. I don't remember directly. We just need to check this. Okay, we'll check this later on. Let's first see what else we can do. So basically, this is basically the object which we have defined for our bottom tab bar, and we have exported it via create app container in our app.js. But I know this is not the best practice. So the best practice would be to define it inside the routes folder. So I've already created the routes folder, and inside this, let's create a new. I'll create a new index file. So inside it, I will copy the my tab, and also I'm going to be exporting it from my tab. So over here we need to define all the packages. Also we need the React Native view. We're going to need the home screen and the icon as well. Let's see the path is correct for home screen. Okay. Everything is imported in the route file. So we're basically setting up this since it's a navigation component. So we are creating this component in the routes folder, and from over here we can import that. We won't need this all now. We can simply import the navigator. Okay, and now in our app.js function, we can simply define the navigator that we have imported. So we can give it the styles. Styles are not required. Okay, we'll see why it's not coming up. We have the React Native on design, and we have exported it. In the navigator component. So let's restart our app. Maybe it's not refreshing. If it does not refreshes, if you think the code is correct, and if it still doesn't work, you can just check it via restarting the app. Okay, so we forgot to import the React. Sorry guys. So we have defined as our navigation component as the highest order component in the app.js file. So this is the main route of the file. And this is basically the main component of the file now app.js, and we have our bottom tab navigator. Let's look at the design. Okay, so we have this. Basically, what we are going to be showing is the global situation of the COVID-19. So let's just name our route as global stats. Also, we are going to be showing the local stats of the country. Since I'm living in Pakistan, so I'll be showing the stats of the Pakistan. So, okay, so this is the first route from here to here. We can define the second route just by copying it. We can say this is the local stats. Also, we can create a new screen to show over here. Let's create a new screen. Local stats. JS, RSC. Define new view in the basic text. Local stats. So we can import text and view from React Native. Import the screen we just created. Put it in our tab configuration. It's going to be stats. Just copy and paste it over here. Okay, so as you can see that now we have two tabs. One is global stats, one is the local stat. You can change as well. Let's just center the view of the text so you can see it clearly. So right now we are standing on the local stats. We navigate through it, we're going to the home screen. Also we can define the tab bar icon now. Let's see what's the problem with the tab bar icon. iOS home. I think we have installed the vector icons, right? Let me check. Okay. I'm just checking out whether it's installed or not. Okay, we have the vector icons, but let's see why it's not working. Let's define it. We have defined it in this as well. Okay, so as you can see, as I go on to the other tab, so when the application starts, we also have to define on. We can also define on which can be the default route of our application when our application starts. So for that, we can go at the very last of after defining all your initial routes. You can go down and you can define a property. Or so we'll define our initial route as global stats. You can also give in the active color. You can also give in the inactive color. Let's say VBA 1F7. Also, we can define the bar style. Bar style is basically what is going to be the background of the tab bar. So we have a slightish greenish background. 6D68. Okay. So now over here we have our tab bottom tab bar. We have two screens. One screen we have defined as global stats. This is basically the main name of the tab. As you can see, if I would change it, you have to change this as well. As you can see, I would change it, then this would change the name of the tab. So basically, this is the main name of our tab, and this is the component screen that we have to show, and these are all the other properties that we can define inside our bottom tab navigation. And we can define as many tab bars as we want to, and just provide the components inside the screen. Then we imported our navigator from the routes into the app.js file and define it as the main higher order component. We'll see in the next video why the vector icons are not working. You just have to put the vector icons over here. As per the design, we are almost complete. We have the green background, the 2 tab bars. So until the next video, goodbye.